Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing today? Got some massive sunshine coming through my windows. Oh, yeah. So I was shopping with my son, my youngest son, and he grew so much over the summer. We had to buy him new pants. And he was like, I need underwear too, Mom. And I'm like, because we had been shopping in the spring, like before school was out, because he had such a growth spurt and he was getting, you know, some sweatshirts and some new pants. And like, I swear I bought you a big pack of underwear, you know, and I'm thinking, well, where did it go? You know I bought this for you. He's like, I don't know, I can't find him. Well, he hasn't put a single thing of clothing away all summer. Yeah, I'm a horrible mother. I know it. He hasn't put a thing away, okay? He could live out of a rucksack or a basket. He has no need for drawers. But anyway, I'm like, they have to be in your clothes. They have to be in your clothes, you know? Just go through your clothes. And then the other day, or a week ago, we'll say, my middle son was complaining that the little one's feet stink. And then I'm starting to think like, oh my gosh, is he not changing clothes because he's too lazy to go through his clothing? So I was like, I told him, I said, you know, you pull out the clothes you want, so then the socks go down and the underwear goes down, and you know, it's at the bottom of the basket, kid. He's like, I can't find it. Yeah, 14 pairs of underwear, 15 pairs of socks. Later, after I sorted through his clothing, I'm like, you little turd, like, you're so lazy. What is with this? Although I can't say anything because I used to wash my daughter's clothes, like even when they were in high school. But I mean, girls' clothes are so expensive and you have to be careful how you wash them. And my husband has ruined many a pretty shirt because he felt he could just throw them in the dryer or take it upon himself to wash clothes. So yeah, but I was just like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know how many days he wore his pants. Like, I don't want to know. He showers. But, oh man, like, kids. Of course. I can't say it's just mine because one of the rodeo moms, we were discussing our sons, and her son's a little bit older, maybe a year or two older. But anyway, she said he has a bedroom and shower in the basement. So, you know, she told me, you know, you need to go shower. But here he's pretending to wash his hair and soap up. And she's like, and no soap. He's out of soap. And she's like, this doesn't work. Like, no wonder you stink, you know? Sounds like, oh good, maybe it's just a phase. And that's what she said too. Maybe it's a phase, but oh my gosh, what do you do? What do you do with these boys? Oh. Although the older ones are like, I never did that. And it's like, yeah, you did. You did, dumb you. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But yeah, he's such a corker. Totally hilarious. But anyway, for today's video, we are doing a soap. I think we're doing soap. Pop soap? Rootbeer float soap? Does that sound right? What'd the title say? I think that's what we're doing. If we're not doing soap, we're doing sugar scrubs. So, there you go. I ruined the surprise, didn't I? We're doing one or the other. But anyway, 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. And just wear clean underwear. Let's go check out this video. Bye-bye. Okay, we are doing the Rootbeer float bar. And it's a little bit bigger of a batch, so I'm using my plastic pail. If you use plastic in soap making, you need to make sure it is a specific type, which, not the food grade ones, I think melt. Yeah, so this can take the heat. I don't really like it. I bought it way back when I was first started, and I just prefer glass. But anyway, so my oils go in there, and I screwed up right off the bat by putting my lye water in there because I have 2 additives I was supposed to add to my oils. Cream an ounce of cream, and an ounce of root beer. Now, like I've said before, you can add almost anything to soap. The root beer is just going to act like a sugar, just like a beer or sugar or honey. And the cream is going to do the same thing. Add a little more super fat. And also, if you note, it was frozen because it was supposed to go into the oils with the root beer pop. But whatever. Anyway, this gets split off into the part that is going to be unscented so it stays white. This fragrance oil has no problem turning everything brown. There is a slight swirl that's going to be in the middle, and you will see that. You might see some of it, you might not, just because the fragrance oil will it's so potent. It's so potent. So there's kaolin clay, because it was mixed with my fragrance oil, and some titanium dioxide. And I'm going to beat this fairly for a little bit because I want it to thicken up. Okay, kind of like soap frosting, but there really is no rhyme or reason to recipes for soap frosting because they will all thicken up eventually. Some take longer than others, and I suppose that's the thing if you do a lot of frosted soaps, but I don't, so I was just sticking with my recipe. And if you happen to see little bluish gray chunks in the soap, it's because for some reason my immersion blender didn't get totally cleaned out. That's what I was doing there. And I have blue from one of my Christmas soaps, the blue-gray, in there, popping up. Some days I just wonder where my IQ is, like seriously. But anyway, that is the rest of my kaolin clay and my fragrance oil. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just where it ended up because I did my lye water and realized I didn't pour off water for my clay. And so the cream and the root beer get discounted from the overall water, okay? You have your total water, batch water total, and you subtract what you put in for cream and root beer, and then you put in the amount of, the rest is oil, right? Or water. You don't want too much water, okay? So you do discount that. Just a little tip there. I'm sure I've said it before. I know I've said it before. Well, who knows when. This is why I hate this bucket. It pours like crap. But, it's one solid color. You can't see the brown yet. It just looks like this funky orange yellow. Did you see how ugly that was when I mixed it up? Because some people add their fragrance oil and then not mix it up right away. And then they'll go back to the reviews and say it rices. And it's like, don't put your fragrance oil in the soap until you're ready to mix it up, because it might do funny things, but only for a little bit, right? We know that. Well, some do rice, and that's freaky as crazy, but that's a totally another story. But this is the swirl, okay? So this was I know it's hard to see. I should have put brown oxide in here for you, but I just don't like coloring it because it's going to color it itself. It's swirled with the solid white, okay? And so there might be a little bit of a swirl that's actually shown up, but that, like I said, that fragrance oil is so potent. It will, the last time I did this, it kind of obliterated the swirl. There was a little bit of a swirl, but, it all depends how thick that swirl is, how much fragrance oil is by it, Sometimes I get a nice little swirl, sometimes I don't. So, I'm going to smooth this out and let it set up. So I waited about, half an hour, I think, for this to set up. And I'm just going to plop it kind of in the middle because I need it high enough to make my little, ice cream, scoop of ice cream. That's the thought process, is to make it look like there's a scoop of ice cream on top the root beer float, because you have to have ice cream for a root beer float, right? This is my cardboard that I'm just going to scrape down to shape my soap. I actually think it's called sculpting. And I never get it right. It's like, okay. So yeah, get the majority of the soap on there. I think I have to do the sides first. And we'll show you, yeah. It's those end pieces that are always the pain in the butt to get. And yeah, you can use cardboard. You can't keep the cardboard, and if I had lined it with see, that was a good one. Why didn't you leave it, girl? Because I kept messing with it. If you, I guess if I had lined it with like packaging tape or even freezer paper, I could keep it, but it's just a little piece. You can do that for the inside of the soap. You can do it on the outside. You can, there's so many things you can do with cardboard. Let me tell you. But yeah, so it's my sculpting tool of the day. And yeah, I'm just, those ends were driving me nuts. And I could have just been like, just cut the suckers off, or gave them to my kids because everybody loves the root beer. Soda pop, fragrance oil. Like, it's spot on, you guys. It is spot on. Like, a little kid would probably just want to take a hunk out of the bar. It is that good. And it's great in, like, my bath gels, shower gels. And, oh, yeah, it's delightful. But anyway, yeah, the more I mess with this, the more I screw it up. And it ends up looking like when I used to decorate cakes, I could never get them excessively flat and smooth on top. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, this is kind of the same thing. I just can't do it. It does look better than that. I mean, holy cow, girl. Get your poop in a group, right? It's like, wow, I should have just speeded this up double time. But it's a different technique, so, there you go. Do that, smooth it out. Doesn't look too bad. Smooth the ends a little bit, and no. I guess that's okay. Anyway, I did spray this with isopropyl alcohol, and I did put it in the oven to see pop and gel for a little bit, and we will cut it as soon as it is ready. And to the cut. It turned out pretty good. See, popped and gelled the sucker. Yes, I did. And I also messed up on my videoing. So, here we go. Look at the inside. Isn't that cool? Maybe I'll get the swirls. But I forgot to video the rest of it. So, but the inside will darken up to what the outside is already. Okay? And that's why I don't need any, brown pigment or brown oxide, for this. Because it's going to do it, the fragrance oil is going to do it all by itself. They smell amazing, you guys. I just can't even describe it. If there was smell-o-vision, it'd be awesome. They smell just like a root beer float. These are so much fun. And it'll take a few days for them to darken up. It won't happen. It might happen overnight. It just depends. And yeah, they look like butterscotch right now. Yummy, yummy. And there it is, the beautiful root beer float bar. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.